I'd like to share a small trick with you to explain about the love of Jesus. The Bible tells us that in the beginning, God created man in his own image. God created man in his own image. And this was amazing because it meant that man in the Garden of Eden could hang out with God. And they had a good time. They named the animals and the trees, and all was good. Then man disobeyed God. He could have had anything in the whole garden except for the things that God had told him not to. And the problem was, man took those things. And this was a problem because this created a barrier between God and man. And that barrier we call sin. But you see, God was upset. He loved the world. In fact, he loved it so much that he sent his only son, Jesus, into the world. So God came back in the form of Jesus to remove that barrier between man and God. But you know, that barrier, which we call sin, led other men to sin. And there were men in Jerusalem at that time who believed that they were the only ones who could create a link between man and God. But Jesus had a better idea. They didn't believe him, so they decided he needed to go. So Jesus came into the world, not only to live and to do amazing things, but he came to die. He came to hang on the cross in such pain and in such agony. And he died on the cross. But you know, that wasn't the end. He was buried in a tomb. But he rose again from the tomb. But that still wasn't the end. In the time that he was around, he told his disciples that they would do amazing things and that they would have the help of the Holy Spirit. God himself, in the form of the Holy Spirit, would choose to come and hang out with man. And Jesus then went back to heaven to be with his Father. Now, sin was still in the world. And the only way that you could break that sin was to believe. And if you believed in Jesus, then you would have the Holy Spirit that would help you to break that barrier between man and God. Because you see, man and God are made in the same